He's like, I'm gonna sit in your chair. No. No, you're not. She's been a little rambunctious today. Feeling that new moon energy. Hi everyone. I am the Blue Witch. Welcome to my channel. Welcome, welcome. I am cleaning up my space on my casting table here because I do have some important work to do tonight. I'm going to put on my spirit box. Hi, Angela. Hi, Karen. Hello, ladies. How are you tonight? Did you have a great Memorial Day? Happy Memorial Day. Happy new moon. Oh, it's been a wonderful night for me. Let me try to find my spirit box. Hold on. Where are you? I hear the coyotes outside. It's a good thing you're in here with me, Meow, because I hear the coyotes. I cannot find the spirit box on there. Let me look on this device, this phone. See if I can find it on here. Let me see. Here it is. Well, that's really loud. Turn it way down. Super loud. This over here. How are you? What did you guys do tonight? Did you do your offerings? Woo! Hi already. Welcome. Let's see if we can hear them. I need to get rid of all these pine cones I have on my table. I just have a lot of everything. Land. She said land. This is what it sounded like. Did you say land? They changed it and now it's like not as good as it used to be. They upgraded it. Cat. Yes. That's Meow. Her name is Meow. What about her? I tried to get Leola to do a live with me tonight. I think she's working. We decided not to go to the mountains this year for Memorial Day like we usually go every year, but this year we just decided to wait and go afterwards, after Memorial Day, because there's always so many people, you know, up in the mountains on Memorial Day, so we thought we'll just wait till they're all gone. Because we don't have to, like, be on a schedule, you know, like, most people have to be on a schedule, and we don't have to, so we just decided we'll wait. We'll probably just, like, we'll probably just, like, go, for a day trip, you know, just go up and go riding around and having a good time doing that, and then just come back home. Because I don't like to be gone for too long, you know. I don't like being away from, yeah. How are you guys doing? Hey, Cherise. I'm doing well. I'm doing very well. Had a lot of interesting things happening to me in the astrals, and a lot of interesting things happening to me here. And I feel like I'm, how don't know what you call, what's the proper, the drums. What about the drums? Do you want me to do the drums? So on full moons, not on dark moons, but on full moons, here we do the drums too. We have a big ceremonial drum that we use to cross the dead, and she just said the drums. We can hear them. You can hear them in the astrals. Sometimes people will call me and be like, "What's up with the drums?" I'm like, well, why did you hear them? Yes. But yeah, I've been doing a lot of it's like a merging into a new timeline kind of thing through, it's not like when you, okay, so like when you're shifting in light, when you're shifting into a new timeline, it's not like you're leaving this planet and going into another planet. It's not like that. It's just a frequency. And I think that people get that, like, they misunderstand it, or it's kind of complicated. But I don't know. It's like your frequency is just changing, and then you're going through a different, it's just like going through frequencies. Your frequencies are raising, and so they're just changing, and your consciousness is going with it, kind of. And so you feel it, like your body goes through that with you, like your physical existence will go through that with you. And um I kind of been going through that this week, where you know you feel kind of you have like vertigo, and maybe some body aches and pains, a little nausea here and there, um, things like that. And so that's kind of what I've been doing this week, going through that. But you have to stay grounded. You have to be like progressing. Yeah. Hi, Ty. Yeah, you have to like do stuff to keep you grounded so that you can go through the process easier. Otherwise, it can be, if you just stay focused on it and focused on like the feelings that you're feeling as you're going through, then everything's going to intensify. At least I've noticed that. So I do a lot of grounding, like working in the greenhouse and cooking. I do a lot of cooking. Cooking is a really good way to ground. Just been going through some stuff too, shifts, I guess I can say. Yeah. It's really hard on, it's hard on your physical existence um if you don't do grounding. So do things to ground, like cook, like chopping up, vegetables and things like that, preparing your food is a good way to ground. I do it, that helps me. And then working in the greenhouse, of course, gardening, um, that really helps me. This week I did a lot of meditation in the temple, and I um, meditated with some of the beautiful crystals that were sent to me by Charisse, and some that weren't, some that I've done a lot of work with, like rites and stuff like that. Um, did a lot of meditations with those to like help remove things, break things off of me, clear me, stuff like that. Get things that are attached to me, unattached to me. I've been doing a lot of work. What do you mean? Wait. Oh, does it? Foraging. What are you looking for when you do that? Just like mushrooms and stuff? I do create um, or put together, I should say. I do put together a lot of apothecary things, tinctures and elixirs to help me get through it. There are a lot of different things that people can do. Different plants and herbs. Yes, that's good. Like you go like in the mountains. That's cool that you could do that. I'm I don't do that, but um I suppose I could. Maybe I'll do that when we go up this week to the mountains and get some things there. Usually when I go up though, I don't usually take anything. I just leave a lot of offerings, but I could look around and see what they have. That would be fun. But yeah, I think it's just something that a lot of people are going through right now, especially with this new moon coming in. It's a big open portal right now. So I think for a lot of us that do, soul ascension work or that are ascending for their own personal reasons, I don't think you have to specifically do the same kind of rites and stuff like that I do or other witches do, but I notice that other people ascend in their own way and wherever they're at. I mean, everybody can ascend and not have to be doing that type of extreme, work. Some of us do. Some of us have to do it, but everybody can ascend at their own serpent. Everyone can ascend at their own frequency. It's not all the same. But a lot of the symptoms are the same, let me tell you. Being tired. I don't know that I'm like tired per se, but it's just when you're like that, like maybe the vertigo is so strong that you probably shouldn't do any kind of casting until you've gotten yourself centered and balanced. Otherwise, it could, you don't know what could happen. It could be reckless. So you want to you know, get your shit together before you go. It's like a weight on you. Oh. Yeah, I guess it could be like that kind of. Um, I've heard a lot of people say that actually with this energy, with this moon. I'm trying to think of who was telling me that. I think Leola was saying that for her. It's like a weight on her. I can't remember who was telling me that. But I've heard that. I've heard people say that. I don't feel like a weight's on me. I feel like I really feel just like, possession a lot. And then I ask, why? And they say, well, it's for your protection. And then I say, okay. And then a little while later, I'll say, protection from what? And then they say, um, protection just from frequency change, from the frequency change. And then I say, okay. So, but it's been interesting. I had a really cool experience that's never happened to me before in the astrals, where I had an old friend, um, and the ravens brought her to me, and um, so I was trying to talk to her and kind of asked her, like through telepathy, like connecting to her and asking her, why she like just like packed up and moved away when we were younger, because we were like best friends. And she answered me, and I was like, oh, that's okay, that's cool. And I asked her if she needed me to come and get her. I was like, if you need me to come and get you, I'll come and get you. Hi, Daniel. And she's like, no, I'll be okay. I got this. And I was like, okay, well, if you need me to come and get you, let me know and I'll come and get you. And she was like, okay. And then, but the ravens brought her. There was 2 ravens that brought her energy to me in the astrals. And um, that was really cool. There was like one over right here next to me. And then the other one was like down at my feet. And we were just sitting there, like right across from each other, talking to each other. And I haven't seen her or talked to her in years, probably like 10 years or so. And so it was really interesting. And so, I did contact her relative and ask, you know, what was up and if everything was cool. And they said, yeah, that she was having surgery during that time. So I thought that was interesting that, her they brought her consciousness to me while she was under anesthesia. So I thought that was cool, and I had never had that happen before. And then, it happened again with another person a couple days later. And so I was just like, wow, you guys, what is the meaning, why is this happening? Another person who kind of like turned away from me or whatever for no apparent reason, just kind of, I mean, I know shit went down or whatever, but anyways, it's long stories, um, but that person got brought to me too, and this one was kind of funny because this is weird and ridiculous, but I'm gonna go ahead and share it with you because I don't fucking know where it came from or why I was telling her this stuff, but we had some stuff to say to each other. We said it, and then I gave her a big hug, and then she told me that she saw her brother, and he had a tail, and she wanted to know why he had a tail. And I told her not to worry about it, I said the reason he's so affectionate and loving and glued to your mom is because he was one of her pets. He was a dog in his past life, and that he loved her mom so much that he wanted to come back and be with her. And so he came back and into her brother, and that's why she saw him in the astrals with a tail. And I said, it's nothing to worry about. It's really sweet and beautiful, and all that. And she was like, okay. It really freaked me out. And I was like, no, don't. You know, it's normal. Like, it's a beautiful thing. But I don't know how I knew that. I don't even know her brother, nothing like that. But it was just like an organic answer that I gave her in the astral. And so, but it was just, the whole thing was weird. And it was kind of funny because when she first came in, she was scared of me. And she goes, I read the Bible. And I was like, so I don't care. Like, who cares? Congrats. But anyways, and then we had to hash our business out. And then we went straight from that to that. So isn't that weird? So I've so I've been dealing with a lot of that in the astrals right now, and I don't fucking know. I know I'm a weirdo, but um, it's just crazy weird. Have you ever had repeated occurrence in astral planes? Um, Maybe a couple of times. I can go to the same place, more than once. Sometimes if it's a repeated occurrence, then it's like something that you're trying to process, that you need to do, like you need to work on that. Something happened in that place, or you're holding a traumatic event there or something like that. And so it keeps coming back, and you keep going back to it because you need to work through it. It's some kind of blockage usually, or something like that. Is that what you mean? But um, I'm usually always yes, yeah. Yeah, so that's usually what that means. If it's a reoccurring experience, then that's usually because you have some type, and it doesn't even have to be a traumatic event from this lifetime. It could even be a traumatic event from like a past lifetime. And so that you need to fix. So you have to like dig deep. You're going to have to like dig deep and find it and acknowledge it, get rid of it, give it away, give it to the gods and move on. Because if not, it'll just stay there and bug. It'll bug you know. Oh, look at a new one. Oh my gosh, so we went to Grand Junction, Colorado last week, and I got these ones that are dipped in. I have one that was coated with Palo Santos and one that was coated with dragon's blood. Now, I'm not talking about the one where they soak it in the red the red dragon's blood water or the Palo Santos water. No, no, no. These are like caked and coated with it. Um, and they are fucking awesome. But the only problem is once you light them, they will not go out until the whole thing is gone. Unless you put it in water. You have to water it to get it to go out. And they smoke like you would not believe. I burned a whole thing tonight for ritual, and it was crazy. But I love them. I want to get in contact with the person who I got them from. I think it's like Crescent Moon. It might be Crescent Moon, or I can't remember what the other one was called. Crescent Moon. What was the other one called? I'll look it up, but I'm going to get in touch with her and have her make some more of those. They're awesome. And she also coats the Palo Santo sticks with it, and that's really cool too, especially loud, especially when you're cleansing your house, and you have to keep relighting all the time because the smudge sticks go out. So you have to keep relighting, and then if you're trying to burn, like cedar and Palo Santos at the same time, then it's a pain. But this way, she'll take the cedar and coat it with the Palo Santos, and then it burns really beautifully and smokes a lot. So it just made it, they're a little bit expensive, but not too bad. I'm trying to remember, she might have charged like $10 for a wand. Like they're like this size, but they're coated, like they're cool. So I'm going to try to find her info, and then I'll call and order I'll order a bunch of them because I need them. Yes, I do. I wish ever. I wish I would have brought one out to show you guys, but I didn't. They're in my apothecary room. But tonight I'm going to be doing a curse poppet for someone who is a very, 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 very bad person. Sevenths. Hold on, let me see. Did you say sevenths? It's not writing down what he says yet. Sounds like fun, yeah. Yeah. I am making special arrangements for this bad person. Whether abusive people don't get away with much on my table, I could tell you that. Just leave that right there. So I have some special things I'm going to be doing with that poppet. Sweetgrass is one of my faves. Anyway, I haven't been on here in so long. I don't know why I haven't been doing a lot of YouTube anymore. You know, I need to. I really do enjoy YouTube, but it's kind of like one of those things where, you know, you're only one person and there's only so much you can do. And so I have to, like, I'm doing stuff in my Patreon, sickness, and then I do stuff in my private groups, and then I do stuff, you know, on with my own practice, and my own life, you know. So it's like there's only so much one person can do. Great to see you. Hi, Rebecca. On the live blue, your casting is doing some crazy cool stuff for an eye after only a few days. Oh, yay! I love it. Burned really well. I had to do a couple different candles on there. It did this weird thing where usually it just burns and then goes everywhere and goes crazy. But yours did this weird thing, like where it only went in the middle, like you had some kind of protection around you. And so I had to do some extra work to kind of make sure that we got through everything, and it got through it fine. But it was just it was just a little different work, and so it was different, but we got it through. I'm glad everything's working out. But yeah, it was like you have some kind of protection on you that I had to get through. I don't know if it was on you or on him, but one of you or both of you, who knows, maybe ancestors or something like that, were trying to prevent it or just protect the spell. The candle didn't split or nothing like that, so I don't think it was like someone else's casting. It wasn't like that. if someone else was casting on it, then the wick would have split and they would have told me. And then I would have known you would have had scorpion tails or spikes and all kinds of crazy shit. But it didn't do any of that. It just did a little protection, like a little in the middle of the camera. In the candle, I mean. And so it was just like ocean. It was just like it was like that. And so we just burned through it. It kept going. And it did good. It's done. It is complete. Yeah. So what's happening? What's exciting? And hi, Caitlin.
Limitation.
Well, you don't have to say it on here if you don't want to. That's fine. I know it's private. Confidential and private. You don't have to say a thing. I'm going to burn some of this cedar. I've been wondering if it's okay to use a crystal. Of course. Yeah.
Dance.
I would never tell you not to do an offering to Hecate. Everyone should do offerings to Hecate. Super interesting. You definitely got through. Definitely no other casting was done. I have strong protective forces around me, and I will send you an email. Too much detail. I could even hear his thoughts. Ooh, very cool. Yeah, it was a lot, but we got through it. It just took a couple of days to get through it. I just kept you right there, front and center, until we got through it. You know, I just let it do its thing. Hello. Let me see, what does that say? Does that say Kita the Goblin? Hello, darling. But would it be okay to use the crystal like hold on me during the work for spell work? Sure. Love this setup. Oh, cool. Thanks. You need to fix yours. This is the same one. I've had this for years and years and years now. I don't know. How long has this been here? Like maybe 7 years? 6 years? 6 years? Something like that. I think 6 years. Notice the beautiful, handsome king right there. Belial. Right there. He's so handsome. Yes. I love it. My favorite charm is my deer eye. But I also wear my charms at times added to my necklace. Cool. Your deer eye, huh? That's cool. I make a lot of talismans. I'm into talismans. I don't think I've ever used a deer eye. You mean like a buckeye? I don't really, for personal use, I don't really use them. I use my tattoos or my, my protections and my things like that are my tattoo. I have tattoos all over. Um, you know, as I work through Primal Craft, as you work through the books, and you earn certain talisman or certain sigils and seals that you could put on your body for protection and for just to sustain your soul, um, for elevation and stuff like that. All kinds of different things. All kinds of different things. And so I just really I'm just a walking type of a nut. Yeah, Buckeye. Yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I get what you're saying. It's treated and what makes it look like a deer sign. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I have a whole bag of them right here. See? I use these for in my self-improvement poppets because they're good luck and stuff like that. And so when I do self-improvement poppets, I usually always give them a Buckeye. I'll show you. Hold on. Yeah, I have a big bag of them right here. If I can get it open. These tattoos are expensive. But I'm unfortunately broke. Oh, I'm so glad I'm not the only one who knows what the hell they are. Yeah. I have a marvelous habit. Good night, Karen. You are the only other practitioner who knows what they are. Well, who has them? Yo. Amperson, hi. Yes, I use them in my practice, and I love them. I year for years I've used them. I enchanted one for me and one for my husband because we like to go to the casino, and then we just have it in our pocket, or in our hand. We put it in our hand when we hit those slots. It's silly, but we do that sometimes. I don't even know whatever. I think. Trying to think of what I do with my lucky Buckeye. Hi, Diaz. What's up? I think it's in like one of my bags or something, but I'll have to look for it. But yes, I love the Buckeyes. I got a whole bunch. I use them. They can be very magical. Yes, they can. Everybody should know what a Buckeye is. So what is your practice? Or do you mix and match? You mix and mingle. I'm a primal witch. I'm a witch. A witch is a witch. Everyone, if you're a witch, you're a witch. I don't think there's like any. I think I know that people. Oh, I'm a white witch. I'm a this witch. I'm a that witch. A witch is a witch. You're still manipulating energy. I can do good magic. I could do healing work. I could do prosperity. I could do curses. I could do whatever the fuck I want to do because I'm a witch. And I own that shit. Personally, I'd say I follow more shamanic going with what my heart and my energy around me feels right. Cool. That's awesome. I think that everybody should practice witchcraft wherever they're at, like in whatever frequency you're at, that's where you practice. And there's nothing wrong with it. But a witch is a witch. Instinctive. Organic, yeah. I like to say I'm very organic in my witchcraft because I customize everything I do. Internet. I customize everything I do with for that client. There's no cookie cutter. Like the spell might be like an apple love spell, for example. Like that's an apple love spell, but I might have to change it for that client to meet that client's needs. So if, like, for example, if one of them lives in another country or another state, then you're going to have to do like an open road with that apple love to open the road so that they could move closer together, that kind of thing. So it's just like everything should be done organically. A lot of other practices, but there is no one true practice. It's very much based on your intent and what works for you. Yep, I agree. Absolutely. I agree with you. Everyone, but a witch is a witch. It's like some people are like, oh, you're a black witch. Yep, I am. I'm a blue witch. You're a black witch. You're a blood witch. Yep, I do blood work. You're a Satanist. You're whatever. I've been called so many different kinds of witches. I don't even fucking care anymore. I just say, yep, you're right. Yep, yep. I'm a witch. Period. I do whatever kind of magic I need to do when I need to do it. And I don't give a shit if anyone likes it or not. I just tell them if they have a problem with me and what I'm doing, then they can go talk to Belial. To Belial. Go talk to him about it. I would be interested to see what he has to say to you. Or go talk to Hecate. At one point I was running a sort of coven, amateur coven, and they didn't know much, but were interested. Eventually I introduced them to another coven my friend runs, but now I practice mostly alone again. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Vicious.
What are you saying to me? Hold on. Let's see what this spirit is saying. Hold on, I can't see. Excuse my douchey glasses. Hold on. I'm precious. He said I'm precious. That's cute. You're cute. Let's see. Partially impression since I'm in Oklahoma. I don't really fuck around, shall find out. Mess with the witch, you get this stitch. I don't really have a lot of problems with people anymore. I used to all the fucking time, always having problems with, but mostly with other witches, um, not really like Christians or no, they don't fuck with me, they just leave me alone. And like, I don't know, I don't really care. I don't really have problems with anyone. I just accept everyone where they're at and move on. I don't, as long as it's not at my door, if they like come to me and bring it to me, then I'll deal with it. But if it's just none of my business. It's not my problem, it's their problem kind of thing. So I just kind of focus on my own shit, and I don't really give anybody any of my energy, unless they're paying me for that. Hi, did you hear Annabelle Haunted Doll is missing? Really? Could you imagine? So somebody probably stole her, huh? I usually don't from other witches, but I definitely do from Christians. Where my symbols on my neck with pride, so it's out in the open. Yeah, mine are all over me. Um, yeah, they don't fuck with me at all, ever. Nope. I don't have problems with them. They just leave me the fuck alone. Just, I don't know. Who do you work with? Who's your deity? Who do you work with? Last seen in Texas. Oh dear. Hopefully Texas doesn't catch fire. That's funny. Oh, Annabelle. Her Gegregor is on the loose. It's funny. You gotta keep those guys in check. You're gonna have them. You're gonna be carrying around like a little toy. You gotta keep them in check. Otherwise, shit could happen. Personally, I'd say Hecate and less so with Medusa, mostly because most of my friends are women, so I send them the charms and protection carvings of her. Oh, that's cool. That's awesome. Are you sure it's Medusa? Just curious. And not Severance. I think a lot of times people get them mixed up. Severance is much older than Medusa, and um, she's a daughter of Hecate, so, if you're with Hecate, I mean her symbols are seen as protection charm against SA. What is SA? I don't know what SA is. SA means specific type of violence. Oh, sexual abuse? Yes. Oh, thank you. Is that what you're talking about? Is it Kita? Is that how you say your name, Kita? Assault, yeah. Sexual assault, but yes. Okay. Sorry. To be confused with my initials. Ha ha. Yep. Okay. Yeah, For sure, the dark goddess doesn't tolerate that kind of bullshit. For sure. For sure. I can definitely see that. Yep. I have this silly stick on my desk that was sent to me. It's just sitting here. I'm like, why is this here? Like, what are you supposed to do with this? It's just up here on my casting table. I put it with my pencils and my markers. Your sticks are bigger than mine, laughing out loud. I'm just like, why is this on my table? I have all these weird things. Do you ever notice on your casting table that you end up with the weirdest stuff? Like that. And bunch of pine cones. Like, why are these pine cones here? You know? Jar of cascarella. It's hilarious. I'm just like, okay.
Small.
Small. He says your sticks are small. Is that a small stick? I don't play with it. Kind of another reason I teach MMA and a fighter myself. While I could send the God's wrath, it's just as easy to break bones. I love it. I love your style. I'm too old for that, but I will shoot your ass.
Evaluation.
I am way too old to be fighting anyone, but in my day, I did get in a lot of fights. But now I'm an old lady, and I don't want anybody touching a hair on my head. So if you're a threat, I will defend myself, but not by physically, not physically. Well, not physically for me. But, yeah. No. You used to be scrappy. Well, of course. You is not too old. There is a dude in my gym that is 72. Well, holy shit. I don't know. I mean, I've had a couple of girlfriends that pissed me off where I would be like, we're going out in the yard. Let's, I can't deal with your bullshit no more. Let's go. Like, I've had a couple of people like that where I just really wanted them to go in the yard with me. I didn't care if I got my ass beat or not. I just wanted to fight them because they got on my very last nerve. Like, that's girlfriends, like, but physically, a physical altercation and me, no. You will not touch me. I promise. And if you try, I will shoot you. But I do love the fights. I do like to watch MMA. My husband and I watch fights all the time. I love watching him. I watched him suplex a 19-year-old 6'3", 220 kid. Sometimes you gotta teach those youngins a lesson. That's fucking awesome. But yeah, no, I'm not the physical type anymore. Mm-mm. Well, and it's different now. It's like, I don't know. I'm different now because, like, I have to keep myself in control of my emotions and feelings. Okay, I mean, lifting him above his shoulders and learning all the meaning of lyrics. Work it into the mat. Nick was a tough suburban. That's awesome. I would
the time.
all the time. I would love to watch that. But I'm like always trying to like be in control of my emotions and my feelings because like if I get angry, things will disperse. You know, like and could really ruin someone's life. So I feel like I have to be consciously aware of my emotions and it's like when you I don't know how to explain it without like sounding like I'm being all whatever, but like I've been gifted certain things by the gods, okay, and if someone messes with my frequency they will disperse and destroy them. And I guess that's just point blank how to explain it, because
Disturbed.
disturb. So I have to be really like aware of that and um, really just don't put myself in those kinds of situations where I'm going to be angry or whatever, because of that reason. Um, like I like to use my husband as an example. Okay, like um, this happened a few years ago, but it's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. So I was gifted the Beatles, okay? Um, and that's a good example to use also. I have other things too, but we'll use the Beatles and my husband in this example. He, he went to Moab and um, I didn't want him to go. He went to go ride up there with his buddies and all that. I didn't care that he went. I just didn't want him to be there for a whole fucking week. And so his shit broke down. His side by side broke down like the first day he was there. And I said, "See, you need to come home." And he was like, "No, I'm not coming home and I'm staying." And I was like, "All right." And so he chose to stay. And then his friend's thing, he's like, "It's fine, I'll ride with so and so." And I was like, "Fine." And then his friend's shit broke down. And I was like, "Huh, you should have came home. And then your friend could have still been having a good time." And then finally he came home after like the fourth or fifth day. And then his truck broke down. And so he couldn't pull the camper. So then he had to borrow his buddy's truck. So he went and got his buddy's truck to pull his shit home. And then while he was backing up, he busted out the back window in his buddy's truck. And then, like, it was just constant boom, 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 shit, shit, shit happening to him because I was fucking pissed off that he was there in the first place. Because I said no. So just like you, when people make you mad, you got to be careful. You used to practice voodoo, which I know is a closed practice, but was taught by someone who left. I know what it can do. I've hurt people in ways I've never thought was possible with magic. Kind of like with what happens to my target laughing out loud. Yep. Powerless in the fight, but I pushed it so deep he started getting paranoid, stressed, and nightmares, and I was still hunting him. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I guess I'm poison. I'm kind of like mean like that because if my shit comes for you, then you deserve it. And I don't feel bad for you. Not even a little bit. Sometimes I do, I guess, kind of, sort of. But I didn't feel bad for him. I just sat back. I said, "Enjoy your Beatles, motherfucker," and he did. He enjoyed them the whole time he was there. And so now when I say no to him, and he's like, "Well, I'm gonna do it anyways," I say, "Fine, go ahead and enjoy your Beatles, motherfucker," And then he knows, and then he has to like rearrange everything to make me happy, and so that's just the way it is. And I don't care. I don't feel bad, because if he didn't want me to do something, I wouldn't do it. And I feel like he should give me the same respect I give him. And if somebody that I know makes me mad and doesn't listen to me or is unwilling to work things out, then they can enjoy their Beatles too. And whatever happens is on them. I don't need their magic to fight anymore. I use magic every day for everything in my life. Plus, it lets me get off steam and stress. Oh yeah. No, if you're MMA fighting, that's fucking awesome, and it's good exercise, and it's a good form of therapy for you, and it's skill, and it's dedication, and it's hard work. It's a lot of work. You use it to find your peace. That's awesome. No, I don't. I don't fight physically. The magic is my peace. Oh, MMA is my therapy. I love that. That's cute. I think that's awesome.
Not just, but
That's really cute. Um, everything is, to me, everything is magic. Everything is about magic. I eat, sleep, and shit magic. That's who I am, thick and through. And even when even in my sleep, I'm still doing witchcraft. In the astrals, I'm doing witchcraft. Driving down the street, I'm doing witchcraft because stupid people are in my way, and so I'm telling them to pull over, and they pull over. Grocery shopping is witchcraft because I'll clear an aisle and have everybody move out of my aisle. Like, everything evil. Yeah. Everything I do um, is witchcraft. My plants, I'm playing frequencies in there. I'm grounding. That's my peace time in the greenhouse. Um, witchcraft. Energy. Everything is witchcraft to me. But I love that you are an MMA fighter. I think that's so fucking cool. I admire that. Can Jay make a place crowded? Can you make a place crowded? I've never tried. I usually clear everything out. Everything is magic, but I had to learn where to channel it. I love it. My energy has always been high, so I save it. I hold it, carry it, and wait until I need it. That's very good. Break it off into focused charms. That's, my daughter loves to do that. Protection charms for friends when I'm not around specifically. My daughter gets so much energy in her that she puts it in her crystals to like store it for when she needs it, and then if she she'll put them on, and she's very she loves to do that. She's like head to toe crystals, like everywhere crystals. But she does that. She'll take them if she gets too much energy and she'll put them in there. And it's an issue around here having a lot of energy and not knowing what to do with it. Um,
Soft.
I do a lot of, if I get too much, I will blow up the light switches or the TVs or computers. Um, I do a lot of that kind of thing happens when I don't ground enough. And so, I mean, yeah, it's a thing. But that's the way it is here. Yeah, it's cool.
Here.
What are you saying? Let's see what he's saying. Here, soft, fine, growing. So he said adjustment now requires growing. And then he says fun salt here. Okay. But Ty, I have never tried to pull people in. I'm always pushing people away because I don't like their energy in my space. And so I've never tried to pull people in. Not once. I'm always clear, get them out of here. I don't like them in my energy. It'd be great for work purposes with cells laughing out. Totally. So what I would do if I were you, I would create a servitor and then have them go out and bring you customers. Tell them what thoughts to put in people's head. Tell them how much they want to spend. Tell them this and that, whatever, however you want to do yourselves. Make a familiar and send them out to bring you customers. That's how you do that. And then you'll have to find ways to feed them. Diamonds laughing. Everyone in town wants diamonds. Yeah. So, but like do it more specific. Like, are you in a mall? Like if you're in a mall, then have them go out into the mall and just put thoughts in whisper in their ear, or, put thoughts in everyone's head that they want to buy this and they want to buy that. And, whatever your special is, or how much you need to make for the month for yourselves, or whatever the case may be. Do that, and then you will, it works really good. Two fights stopped, looked at me, and sat down. I was ready for an actual fight, but the look, he stopped completely. Was having a rather heated argument with a customer, and that was, I let people in. I follow the rules until you aren't a friend till you show, which most people think you. That's nice. Yeah, that's nice. I don't follow any rules. If I like you, I like you. If I don't, I don't. And I do let my friends get away with a lot, and then they end up until I don't put up with it anymore. And then once I'm done, I'm done. And I'm just out. Peace out. You know, I have a bad track record with friends. People like take advantage of me, and then as soon as I find stuff out, like what's going on, or I can't deal with it anymore. I just I don't do good with friends. I have a few good friends, and that's it. And and that's okay. I'm not worried about it. I came back laughing out loud. Try to be as kind as I can, but when people I care are in danger, I use everything in my book within reason to make sure they are never hurt again. Yeah, if people I truly care about are in danger, then I will destroy you. I will destroy you for real. And that's that. I have lots of tools that I could use to stop and destroy someone, and I have no problem using them. More than capable, more than happy to do it, and I will. Seem to be sort of a wanderer I came with. People need me and vanish when they don't. Not having things to fix honestly makes me feel weird and anxious. Huh. Yeah. Well, that's okay. I mean, that's just who you are. That's just your personality, you know. There's nothing wrong with that. Everybody has their own ways about them, you know. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You know. I don't I don't really try to fix my friends' problems. Um, if they have problems, I'll give them advice on how they can fix it. But if it's like a dangerous situation, or they're in a place where they can't defend themselves and they need help, then I'll step in and handle it. Coming to the night, setting up shop, making hard times easy where I can, and when there's nothing left, I fall off and vanish as quick as I came. Yeah, well, that's okay. You have other things going on in your life. I'm definitely there, physically and mentally or emotionally. It's cool. Yep, me too. But yeah, usually I'll try to give them, you know, counsel on what I think would be the best way to handle their situation. They don't have to do what I say or whatever. I don't care. I don't get mad at them if they choose to do their own thing. I just, okay, well, but if it's like a dangerous situation or something like that, then I will step in. Good night, Ty. Well, you guys, I have been on here actually for 1 hour and 14 minutes. And I have some work to do. And so I will chat with you guys soon. And thank you for liking and subscribing to my channel. Don't forget to check out my Facebook page, The Blue Witch Coven. And it was nice seeing you too in person. And I wish you all the best. And however, And Spirit Box says good night too. And I will see you soon. Peace out. And don't forget to check out my Patreon too, the Blue Witch Coven. Peace out, y'all. Good night.